Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. So in today's video I'm going to do something a little bit different and talk about two of the most broken cars within Gran Turismo 7. Now if I had to ask you the question of what is the most broken car in the game, I'm going to assume a lot of you would turn around and currently say, well, the 600pp Tomahawk, maybe the current Mercedes AMG Black Series build that's going around, or maybe something along the lines of the Alpine or such. But I'm here to say that in my honest opinion, the two most broken and glitched cars currently within GT7, well, can't really even appear. That being the Ford Roadster and the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak. Both of these cars came together in the exact same update, which I believe was either May or June of 2022, and both of them are legendary dealership cars. That means they are on rotation, and realistically they should be going in and out of rotation every 2 to 2.5 months at a maximum. There's people that have been playing this game for at least 6 or 7 months and don't even know these cars exist, or maybe wondering just where are they. So let's talk about the Ford Roadster first. So the last time this car was seen was actually on the 15th of August 2022, and currently at that price point it was 450,000 credits. Since then it's disappeared and never ever come back. So what did I think about the Ford Roadster originally when it was in the game? Well, I thought it was great as a cruising car, but overall it's not really got many uses. So to be quite honest, I don't think you're missing out too much on this car. It does have a few good engine swaps for it, but they are basically just uncontrollable powerhouses and they really don't suit the car. They're not really that useful, and overall the car isn't that useful at all. The other car obviously is the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak that came in the exact same update as the Ford Roadster and was basically the poster boy of that update. I believe it came along with Watkins Glen as well, and this car hasn't been seen since the 30th of July 2022. So again, what did I think of this car when it came to the game? Like everybody, absolutely loved it. I will always love this car. It's fantastic no matter which Gran Turismo game you play. It's always been kind of a funny car in terms of Gran Turismo. Ever since Gran Turismo 2, when you could wheelie it at 1,000 miles an hour, it's always been a fan favourite, and it's the exact same in Gran Turismo 7. But it's a very, very useful grinding car, if not overall the best grinding car in the game. The fact that it can take on 600, 700 and 800 events, no issues at all, with just slightly different tunes, perhaps makes it the most versatile car in the entirety of Gran Turismo 7. Coming in at 1.7 million the last time it was here, it is a fantastic machine and it is well worth your time. But what happened to the Ford Roadster and what happened to the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak that makes them the most glitched and broken cars currently within GT7? So believe it or not, quite a few updates ago, Polyohony changed how the legendary dealership works. The intention behind it is that the more wishlisted a car is on the servers, the higher the chance of that car appearing in the legendary dealership is. However, with these two cars, it seems to have completely bugged them out. Now they can't actually spawn in at all. That is the reason why we have not seen them at all since July and August of 2022, and why I don't think they will return for a while yet, at least. Now Polyohony's never actually turned around and acknowledged this issue. This issue actually got brought to my attention of what was actually happening to these cars by a user called Nenkai, who does a lot of data mining and such for the game, and for the longest time, even myself up until Christmas and such, was just wondering, where are these cars? You know, I'd love to be able to grab a second Escudo, or maybe even grab a different another version of the Ford Roadster, just so I can do an engine swap really, and have a standard version and an engine swap version. And the Escudo, well, I'd love to just have two so I can just have them as set builds, and I can't. Like I said, there's people that have been playing this game for quite a while at this point that don't even know these cars exist in game, or may just be wondering where even are they. You know, up in Christmas when I made the original video about where is the Escudo, and everybody was kind of just having their guess at when it may return, nobody really knew at that point what had actually happened to them. So it just seems to be that the current system of the Legends cars just doesn't allow the spawning in of the Ford Roadster and the Suzuki Escudo, hence why all the other cars have come in as late as December. So around about early to mid-December was the last one, which is actually the Maserati Spider. And these guys, well, the two of these cars have not been around for many more months after that. In fact, over 4 months in that case. So that is a long time for these cars to basically be stuck in limbo and unobtainable. What I'm kind of worrying about really is, will they ever return, or are they just completely lost to time? What's really happened with these cars? Nenkai doesn't really go into detail of what the bug's actually doing with them. It just appears to affect these two cars and kind of makes them lost media in terms of Gran Turismo cars for now. I think eventually they will return, but I think Polyohony now need to actually acknowledge this issue, bring it to the attention of all the players, and kind of just let them know. Again, it all comes down to transparency with Polyohony, that they just don't really keep players in the know. People are always asking about where's the Escudo. You know, most people at this point will know that is a very useful car, especially in terms of grinding money, and overall it's an absolute legend car in terms of Gran Turismo history. The fact that this game's very much aimed towards collectors of cars, the fact that we have a whole book on, you know, car collecting, and the fact that two of these very good cars are pretty much locked off entirely is just very kind of worrying. Hopefully Polyohony does go ahead and adds it to their known issues now and kind of gets a bit more transparent about it. And, you know, for all I know, they could go in the next update and completely fix the system. However, the fact that it's been kind of a ongoing thing for so long with zero acknowledgement does kind of make me worry about what's going to happen with these cars. So there we have it. It's not even a broken tune, in my opinion. That's the most glitched thing in GT7 in terms of the cars. It's actually two separate cars themselves, that being the Ford Roadster and the legendary Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak. So that's going to be it from me today. Hopefully this really does kind of shine some light on actually what's happening with these two cars. There's a lot of kind of different rumours and kind of wondering going around the community. It does seems to be that they are completely broken currently and cannot actually spawn into GT7. So hopefully that does get fixed sooner rather than later and we can see them return, because I am desperate to pick up another Escudo. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you don't miss an upload from me. I upload GT7 and motorsport content each and every day for your viewing pleasure. Thank you to my sponsors, the Controller People and Poggers, for their continued support of the channel, and a big thank you to all of my channel members and everybody that tunes in daily to watch these videos. I'll have my builds back up and running tomorrow. I just kind of wanted to take a day away from it. I have been covering them for at least, what, the last 3, 4, 5 days, and just after a bit it does get a bit repetitive, and you know, you just don't want to keep grinding anymore. So hopefully, you know, another thing to Polyohony, get more events put in. I would massively appreciate it. Again, that is something that we've been waiting for a long time. So yeah, I will have my builds back up tomorrow. I do currently have one or two kind of in the works. I have another car that I'm currently working on as well to try and get the performance down on it. Whether or not that will pan out, it may or may not. So I'll see you all later on, guys. Have a fantastic day. Peace.